What's going on, Jets fans? It's your boy DT back with some roster news. Jeremy Ruckert, tight end 2, extended by Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn, a 2-year deal worth up to $11 million. Looked at as $5.5 million guaranteed. So how I'm looking at this contract is a very similar deal to the one they did last week with center Josh Myers. It's basically a 1-year deal with an option for 27 on some very low cap hits. Obviously, if he plays well in 26, then they can re-up in 27 with Ruckert again. But it's basically a 1-year front-loaded contract. I'm looking at the contracts in the NFL for not only this year, but next year as well. And on the screen, I have a list of the tight end contracts in total value and average per year. That would be the far right-hand column. So at $5 to $5.5 million in 2026, Jeremy Ruckert lands in the range of Austin Hooper, Tyler Warren, Luke Farrell, Tommy Tremble. And then he's a little bit less than about $500,000 under Noah Gray from the Kansas City Chiefs. So to me, he kind of falls into that 25 to 28th highest paid tight end in the league. And that's very doable for your tight end too. The Jets obviously have a ton of free agent dollars. They're wisely trying to get out ahead of this with not only Myers, but now Ruckert as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there are other small depth type moves along the roster that are re-signed or extended by Darren Muji before they head into free agency. So just wanted to touch on the Ruckert news because he is going to be here for the foreseeable future at least. Obviously, his dad, Bill, was very happy on Twitter yesterday, very excited for his son getting the contract extension. Looks like Jeremy Ruckert's going to be buying a house, probably on Long Island. So good for Jeremy Ruckert. I think it hasn't been the easiest first 4 years for him here. Obviously, it's been a very slow work in progress in terms of his acclimation to the system. And now it seems like he's sort of aiming in the right direction with his, progression, right? He's become a little bit better of a blocker. He doesn't have a ton of yards, but he did get his first NFL receiving touchdown this year, albeit in some garbage time. But you can definitely see there are things growing in Ruckert's favor in terms of his progression in this offense. Obviously, as a tight end too, it's still a very minimal deal that's not really going to hamper the Jets. And I still think you make a day 3 addition or a C tier free agent market addition so that you have a nice rounded room with Mason Taylor, Jeremy Ruckert, and then one more guy for 3. Obviously, they can still keep a guy like Andrew Beck. Stone Smart is on a 1-year deal. And Jelani Woods, I don't believe, has any years left on his contract. So definitely going to be some turnover at the bottom of the tight end room. But I'm glad that they're keeping Mason Taylor and Jeremy Ruckert as their top 2, their 12 personnel grouping. So that's the Ruckert news. The other news of the day today on Thursday was that the Jets, after releasing Adrian Martinez from the practice squad yesterday, they signed quarterback Hendon Hooker to the practice squad. Obviously, he comes by way of Detroit, so he has familiarity with Aaron Glenn, Tanner Engstrand, the OC, and then Steve Hyden, obviously the offensive line coach as well. So familiarity with the offensive staff already. He is 27 years old. He turns 28 just a few days after the season ends, which for the Jets will be after week 18. They will not get any postseason love this year, of course, for the 15th straight year. But Hendon Hooker does turn 28 next year. I didn't see what the contract looks like. Does he have any years remaining? I doubt it. So they would have to make a decision on Hendon Hooker at the end of this year. For as much experience as he had in college, both at Virginia Tech and at Tennessee, he's only played or appeared, in 3 games, all in 2024, where he went 6 of 9 passing for 62 yards, no touchdowns, no turnovers. So very limited NFL experience for Hendon Hooker. But at this point, you're talking about your quarterback 3, right? I think we're seeing a positive injury report surrounding Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields. If I had to estimate what the quarterback order will be, we obviously know Brady Cook is the starter for Sunday against New Orleans. I would think that Tyrod Taylor is the backup it seems like he's healthy off that groin. And then I would say that Hendon Hooker is your emergency third. If he's even active at all this week, they might wait one more week to make him active as the emergency third guy, but he is on the practice squad. So Ruckert extended, Adrian Martinez cut from the practice squad, a swap at QB3, bringing in Hendon Hooker, who has familiarity. That's going to do it for this one. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. DT signing off saying, let's go Jets.